Welcome back to Body and Soul right here on 938 Live. Daniel Martin here, and we are continuing the Chlorella series right here on your daily health check. Now, this edition of Body and Soul is brought to you by abeilledor Chlorella. For more information, please call them at 6339-5045. That's 6339-5045. I'm speaking today with Associate Professor Haresh Kumar from the Faculty of Medicine at Masa University College in KL, Malaysia. Now, of course, Dr. Haresh has a background in the areas of research in microbiology, medical science, and nutrition, and he's here to share with us his expertise and knowledge, particularly in his keen awareness of chlorella and the various health benefits of it. Today, we're finding out more about the anti-aging process. You know, how do we age gracefully? What is causing us to age? We've heard in the first part of today's discussion a lot of external factors have to do with it, over acidity in our lifestyle and free radicals really combating you on a cellular level, and this is what leads to the aging process. Do you know what, Dr. Haresh, I must say though, a lot of people have also defined aging as the presence of disease in many ways, and that good anti-aging means the absence of disease. Do you agree with that?
Yes, definitely. Okay, anti-aging actually means the absence of disease and your body is in optimum health. That is actually the definition of anti-aging.
Let's talk about the earlier process that you mentioned that helps the body deal with all these external combatants and factors. You mentioned the body is equipped to detoxify the body, but we are challenging and overstressing our liver in many ways. I wonder, in your experience, do we see manifestations of this in our early lives? Do younger people now start experiencing some of these traits of aging that perhaps would only show up in the later stages for other people?
Definitely. Nowadays, in this modern era, we can see that even the younger people have started to show signs and symptoms of aging that about 40, 50 years ago, people of older age were used to show. Now, one of the main things that we can see is now one thing which is very prevalent among our youngsters today and among our people today is something called as stress, okay? So now once stress is there, now stress is one of a very important factor in aging. The more stress you have, the faster you age normally. That's very important, okay? Now, when you have stress, your hormone, there's a stress hormone which is released, okay? And this stress hormone is called cortisol. Okay. Now, when cortisol is produced, now cortisol is actually produced by the adrenal glands. Okay. Now, cortisol can actually cause and accelerate damage to the brain cells, especially in the learning and memory center. Okay. So, as when the levels of these cortisol hormones are high, okay, that means significant damage is occurring and the person is also aging at a faster rate.
See, that's the worrying aspect, isn't it, Dr. Haresh? We're seeing it and we think it's part of our modern lifestyles because we're working so hard, we're really focused on our jobs and our careers all the time. And I wonder, does stress have a role to play in this aging process as well?
Yes, definitely. Because the moment you are under stress, what happens is stress will slow down all the organs, the process of all the organs, how the activity of all the organs.
Really?
Slows down digestion, it increases blood pressure. No wonder we can see hypertension is just on the rise now, okay? At the same time, your blood sugar will just go haywire, okay? The levels of blood sugar will go up and down, okay? It'll spike up and the next moment it'll be hypo. It increases the heart rate, okay? It impairs thinking ability, it obstructs liver function with negative emotions, and whenever you are stressed up, your immune system your immune system becomes weakened. That makes a person more vulnerable to infections and also to toxins. Now, all of this put together contributes to the aging process.
See, I think that's a great way to think about it. Many of us, just think stress is part of the daily routine and daily lifestyle. But if in our minds we think about the fact that if every time we're stressed, we're slowing down our organs.
Exactly.
That's a powerful way to think about it, really.
Exactly.
And then we can do something about it. Let's find out what we can do about it. You mentioned that there are things that we can control in our lifestyle, Dr. Haresh, to really, put the brakes on this cellular aging process that is happening to each and every one of us at any time. What is a big part of that? You mentioned that it's diet and lifestyle.
Exactly. So if you can control, because these are the two things that you can control. We can't change our genetic makeup. Okay, whatever our father and mother has given us, that is there in us. So, and that does not contribute much, okay, to the aging process, maybe about 3 to 5% or so. Now, what is more important is the diet and lifestyle. We can control. So what we put into our mouth and what the way of lifestyle, the way we deal with stress, whether we exercise or not, this is what we can control. And it can definitely help us to have a gradual, a very graceful aging process.
Why is chlorella potentially a part of that anti-aging diet?
Okay, now this is a very interesting question. Now, just now earlier I mentioned that two things that actually makes a person age prematurely or fast very quickly. Number one is the free radicals, and number two is acidic substances. Now, chlorella has got the answers for both of these. Number one, chlorella provides the highest source of chlorophyll. Now, we know that chlorophyll is one of the best nature's cleansing agent. Okay, it energizes the body with antioxidants, multivitamins, minerals. Okay, and all of this will attend to the problem of free radicals. Okay, so the problem of free radicals is solved. Okay, chlorella has solved one big problem because it has loads of antioxidants. So the free radical problem is attended to. Now, the second important thing is the accumulation of acidic substances. Now, chlorella is alkaline in nature. Now, the moment chlorella is consumed, okay, the body slowly shifts from an acidic condition to an alkaline condition. Now, when the body shifts to an alkaline condition, automatically the aging process will slow down.
The rich alkaline diet is also a good idea. I've heard about people doing alkaline water, green leafy vegetables.
Exactly. Green vegetables, lots of fruits, lot of water, lot of green stuff like chlorella. Now, all of this will definitely help to slow down the aging process.
I'm going to find out more from Dr. Haresh just a bit about what the anti-aging process is all about in terms of diet and lifestyle. You've heard how you can make changes on your own. Next up, I'm going to be asking him how effective this can truly be. Stay with us on Body and Soul. Welcome into the final stretch of this edition of Body and Soul on 938 Live. It is the Chlorella series, everybody. Thanks for staying with us, and I hope you've enjoyed all the information that's been provided so far. We are talking about the anti-aging process and what you can do as you age on a daily basis. I love one of the things that my guest mentioned earlier on. Every time you are under stress, reframe it in your mind. Think about it as actually slowing down your organs and your natural processes that is happening in your body on a daily basis. So the next time you're feeling overpressure and overstress, remember, it's literally inside you on a cellular level. It's aging you. So think about that properly. And what are the changes you can make? Well, we just heard from Dr. Haresh that the biggest changes will really help combat ideas of free radicals attacking your body and, of course, over acidity in your body. How effective is this? And we've heard from him as well how chlorella can be a big part of that. Dr. Haresh, talk to me about the effectiveness of this. Do we know of studies which have shown and proven that chlorella has a role to play in the fight against aging?
Okay, yes, there was one very interesting study. Okay, basically what they did was, this study actually involved mice. Okay, they were exposed to high psychological stress for about 14 days. Okay, so what happened is that we know that the moment we expose an individual or an animal to stress, okay, what happens is the level of cortisol hormone, okay, will just spike up. Okay, so what happened is when they exposed these mice to high psychological stress for 14 days, at the same time, okay, they gave these mice, okay, oral administration of chlorella. And what they found out that the mice that were given chlorella, okay, had successfully significantly suppressed the production of the stress hormone levels in the blood. So this is one way. It clearly shows that, okay, chlorella actually reduces the production of cortisol, which actually can do a lot of internal damage in the body. That
stress hormone that we want to get rid of, and we want to reduce the amount that's exerted in it. You were also talking to me earlier on about the study, Japanese research, and how it has RNA and DNA, and that's actually quite helpful here as well?
Exactly. Now, one thing we must realize, that aging is not only about the physical body, it's also about our mental status, okay? Now, as we age, our memory and our learning process becomes slower. So people always say old people, they always forget things very quickly, and once they're in the 50s, they tend to forget things, they tend to repeat things, which is sometimes irritating. Now, one of the most important thing about chlorella is chlorella has got a lot of RNA and DNA, and these are the two important things, okay, that actually can prevent mental deterioration. Okay, and RNA and DNA is very important because they provide, okay, nucleic acids for the cell rejuvenation, growth and repair, especially, okay, for our brain cells. So basically, consumption of chlorella, which has got about 10% RNA and 3% DNA, what happens, okay, the brain will start to get its fuel, which is needed in the learning and memory process. And this will also contribute to slowing down the aging process.
fighting off free radicals and making sure that acidity levels are lessened in the body, maintaining brain cell function. All these are powerful functions of chlorella, and from consuming this naturally occurring whole food, best part, it's all natural, it's all whole. But I also heard that part of the aging process, what we really want is cell regeneration in many cases, and accelerating the growth of cells into repaired damaged tissue. Can chlorella play a part in this?
Yes, definitely. Chlorella will definitely slow down, the deterioration, of the cells. It helps at the cellular level. Basically what happens is they actually did a study where they gave a lot of chlorella to these people, in Japan. And what happened is when they took it after a long period of time, after a substantial period of time, about 6 months or so, they realized that these people, after a few years, they saw the control group and the people who were given chlorella. They found that these people looked about 6 years younger. 6 to 12 years younger. Now basically what happened is the main thing that actually slows down the aging process, which is contributed by chlorella, is the RNA and DNA, and also the antioxidants, that slows down, the free radical damage. At the same time, it gives an alkaline, effect to the body. Now another interesting is children who consume chlorella, teenagers and children who consume chlorella, they found that these children had better memory power. Now why was this? Because this is because of chlorella contains a natural source of phosphatidylserine. Now this is actually a phospholipid which is found on the surface of brain cell membranes. Now the studies have found out that once phosphatidylserine is incorporated in the diet, there is an improvement in the learning ability, memory, and also the elevation of depression. So this is another way chlorella also helps in slowing down the aging process.
Dr. Haresh, it is always a pleasure chatting with you. Of course, it must be said that this is a great part of a holistic approach to changing your diet and lifestyle. So obviously cutting out the smoking, quitting the too much excessive alcohol consumption, and reducing the stress in our lifestyles.
Exactly.
Dr. Haresh, thank you for your time. Associate Professor Haresh Kumar Kantilal joined us. He's from the Faculty of Medicine at Masa University College in KL, Malaysia. This edition of Body and Soul is brought to you by abeilledor Chlorella. For more information, please call 6339-5045. That's 6339-5045. Or for more information, you can email them at info@abeilledor.sg. That's info@abeilledor.sg.